Hey, what's up guys? Tony here, and I want to talk about Google Plus and Google Plus's integration into YouTube, because I've seen a lot of comments about it, and I've seen people tweet about it and make videos about it, and I just want to take it from like a level-headed sort of analytical approach, because obviously right now there's a little bit of an emotional reaction to it. And I have to admit, I was one of those people that had this sort of emotional, like, this is bullshit, I don't want to do this, don't make me do this, reaction to Google Plus's integration into YouTube. However, what I have noticed, and this is where I'm sort of on the other side of that now, like, I had my moment where I was just kind of like, this is stupid, I have to set all this crap up, you know, it was dumb. But what I notice now is the positive sides, at least what I'm seeing is the positive side. So let me go ahead and talk about this real quick. So if you're unaware, Google Plus is Google's social network. It's their Facebook, their MySpace, if you want to even reference that website now, but it's their Facebook, it's their social network, and it's not been popular. You know, like Gmail, when it came out, was super popular. Everyone was like pumped for it, like, oh my god, 2 gigabytes of free space, it's amazing, and people jumped on board. But when they introduced Google Plus, after the success of first MySpace and then ultimately Facebook, now, which is probably the biggest social network in the world, they decided that they're going to start their own social network. And they launched it, I don't know, 3 years ago or something like that. And in it, from what I understand, it hasn't really been all that successful. There are probably people who use it because it's not the trendy Facebook, you know, it's not been overrun with advertisements or whatever, if you're that kind of person. What I have noticed though is when I have used Google Plus, it's not really the best as far as interface is concerned. It's just really kind of confusing, and there's certain things like on your phone, sometimes it'll automatically upload photos. You're just like, well, what the fuck? I didn't want you to upload those photos. They did it automatically. You're just like, okay, that's a little random. Like, well, how about respect my privacy, sort of a thing. So there are things about Google Plus that I don't like. But what I'm noticing with the YouTube aspect, I see the benefits to having Google Plus associated with YouTube. And first of all, let's kind of go back to like a business aspect of it. If you look at Facebook, Facebook is worth a lot of money. It's very, very popular. And not only that, but Facebook's little fingers, the little web, is everywhere. You can't go to a website without commenting on an article now, and more likely you're going to have a Facebook style, either it's going to be attached to Facebook or it's going to be a Facebook style comment section where you can post your comment and people can respond directly to you. And like I said, more often than not, it's actually linked to Facebook. So what you say on the web is no longer as anonymous as you might think or you might want. So look at Google Plus. Really honestly, and YouTube, really honestly, you get to this point where Facebook has its fingers in all these different areas. They don't have their own YouTube. They don't have their own video sharing website. There is just YouTube. That's it. So Google Plus is what they're trying to do, is they're trying to somewhat of a similar integration, you know, allowing you to comment. And what's great is actually they took out the character limit. That was probably the best thing I saw. I've seen these paragraph long response, and of course everyone's like, well, they also allow you to put links in there, which people didn't like, because people are posting those stupid, like, you know, I only work 2 days a month and I make $30,000, click here. They post that kind of crap, or they post weird pictures or whatever. So yeah, there is that. There's a negative aspect to that. There's going to be those negative aspects to whatever you do, or to whatever sort of integration, I guess, is implemented into, you know, a website. You know, they think like, this would be great because we want people to be able to share stuff, and, you know, they're thinking about the positive stuff. And of course there's going to be those people out there going to be thinking, how can I benefit from this? How can I advertise from this? Or how can I just be a douche and a dick? So those people are out there as well. But what I was getting around to saying is that, like Facebook has its connections to all these websites, major news networks, and all these other websites I was just talking about, Google Plus and YouTube are now linked together. And a lot of people didn't like that, just because of the fact that you had to sign up, you need to register, and like, you want to go by your real name, or do you want to go by your handle? You know, there's all those things going on. But the coolest aspect of it, and this is where I've seen now the benefit, is like when I'm on YouTube, I see like the little red, I don't know, it's like a bell or whatever the hell it is at the top right part of the YouTube now, next to your picture, and it shows you the notifications for when someone either comments or shares your YouTube video. So this is where I've sort of turned from that emotional, like, oh my god, this is stupid, I hate this, to, wow, this is actually not that bad. Because I started to notice that random people that are coming across my videos are sharing those videos. And they're sharing them on Google+. And they're able to comment on Google+. And so if there are, and this is just an if, because I don't really know how big the social network is, but if there are more people using Google+ for YouTube reasons, commenting on videos, sharing videos, that's building its own social network. So we're sort of in the infancy of a brand new social network, albeit a YouTube only social network. So I don't see this as a bad thing. I think it might suck that you have to go through the rigmarole of creating a new account, but as a YouTuber, it's not really that big for subscribers, because I mean, unless you want to check someone's posting history, like I've seen people are like, oh, you've commented on these last 10 videos and this is what you've said, and you're just a dick, and you're just coming here to be a dick. And I've seen that. I've seen people do these little investigations into people, and you probably could do that before. I never really noticed people commenting like that in videos, but it's now there. So what I'm saying is, going back to this YouTuber standpoint, it allows smaller YouTubers like myself, and it's a lot of the people that I know around me that are under the, we'll say, the 10,000 sub mark. It allows us to have our videos shared by individuals, the word of mouth. It's not, like a Twitter, you put out a video and you've got all these followers and they're going to click it and watch it, or you have all these subscribers. That's a self-sustaining machine. You're going to generate views because you have a lot of subscribers, you have a lot of followers. I don't really know how many people do the Facebook thing for YouTube. I started a Facebook a while back, didn't ever use it. It's there, but I don't know what the interaction is with bigger YouTubers. But the point is, though, is that the bigger guys, 10,000 plus, they have this self-sustaining machine that'll just get views because they post content. Now, smaller guys like myself, I might have like 2,600 subscribers or something like that. I might only get 100 views, 200 views on a video in a week or 2 week period. So it's nice to see the shares, the comments, the shares especially, because you want to get those views, you want to get those traffic, or that traffic to your channel to watch your videos. Because let's be honest, people make videos because they want people to watch them. And so the shares are great. It's nice to see. So that's where I'm at right now. Yeah, it was a pain in the ass to have to sign up for Google+, but in the end, I'm noticing, as a smaller YouTuber, I'm noticing that there's a benefit to it. There's this smaller social network that could grow into something that could be beneficial for the smaller YouTubers. Now, it's, like I said, the bigger ones, they're self-sustaining machine. I don't think they're going to see that big of an influence or that big of an impact on this, but I really think this is opportunity for smaller YouTubers to take advantage of this growing social network and pick up more views, more subscribers, and that's really what it boils down to. I'll be honest, it really boils down to exposure, and I think Google Plus is going to allow YouTubers to get that exposure that they otherwise might not have. And the only reason people are bitching about it is because it's just another thing you have to do. It was forced upon you. It wasn't as if, hey, you have these two options. But the bottom line is that Google Plus and YouTube are owned by Google, and they can do whatever the hell they want to with their products because it's theirs and we're using it for free. And so we really don't have a say in the matter. And that sucks, but that's just the way it is. So I guess in closing, I'll say I think it's best to embrace the positive aspects of this and just kind of get over the hump of, yeah, this kind of sucks that you have to register, but look at what you can possibly get out of it at the end, which is, for the smaller YouTubers, like I said, more exposure. So anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap it up right there. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I shall talk to you guys later.